I'm going to need to leave and come back. This thing is wigging out on me. Hold on. I'll be right back. Sorry.
All right.
There we go. All right.
And there was one. Hey, folks. It's me. Just me. All by myself. Full screen. Oh, man. Hey, Alex. Glad you could make it back. Welcome to Table Talk, the show that proves...
Sorry. I had that sudden moment where I was like, man, if I don't adjust this chair, I'm going to be really uncomfortable for 45 minutes. All right. Try that again.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for real this time.
All right. Welcome to Table Talk, the show about beer, board games, and everything else. I'm Rich.
And I'm Alex. And today we are talking about beaches.
Beaches, that's right. Surfing. And we're doing other things that you do on the beach. Like, I guess swimming. Yeah. And what is it? A shark attack.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like beach going goes from like, hey, everything's great to like, run away. This is terrifying. We gotta go.
Yeah, it has that potential at any moment to turn into something terrifying, something that's family friendly and fun, to something that's tragic almost in an instant.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's an adventure. Yeah. It's always an adventure.
Yeah. But we're talking about beaches this month. The whole month we're talking about beaches, guys. We're ready for the summer. If you can't tell, we're all beached up.
We are ready to go.
Yeah. Alex, I do like the shirt. I like it a lot. Actually, pull it up here. I want to see what do we got. Are those just flowers?
Hey, it's not just
it's like
flowers.
Hawaiian?
It's plants. Sorry. Come on.
I didn't mean to.
Exactly. Yeah, a little bit of
Hawaiian.
Hawaiian. Yeah. No, it's just flowers.
It's just flowers. I just have stripes. Believe it or not, this is probably what I would wear to the beach. I don't get too dressed up for the beach. We'll probably get into that a little bit later on. I already told Alex, and I'm going to try. I'm going to try very hard to be into this. I did not have a lot of experience beach going as a child. I'm not unhappy about that. I don't enjoy going to the beach a lot. My wife, however, was born in Oceanside, California, and loves the beach and loves the water. So we are dramatic opposites. So I have learned to enjoy aspects of beach going, and I'm going to try and tune into the positive aspects of everything.
That's very smart.
For our conversations, that I'm not just a grumpy Gus the whole time. So, But Alex, I give you full permission. If you catch me just kind of being a downer, just call me out on it and build me back up. Okay.
I'll call you out in your low tides when they come. It's just gotta get those high tides. It's good.
Very good. Yeah. Very good. Way to tie it in. Fantastic.
Tied it in.
As oh man. All right. As we say every episode, guys, if you are watching, hey. Thanks for watching. That's our YouTube channel, Table Talk with Rich and Alex. This is Rich over here, and that's Alex over there.
Hey guys.
So yeah, that's us. If you're listening, be sure to tune into the YouTube channel if you want to see our faces. We got some sunscreen on. We got some nice. Well, at least I got a nice little beach towel back here that's showing up, and we got our sunglasses on. We're all prepared. I got my Rockaway beach hat here.
Yeah, I like that.
Can you see it?
Yeah, it's a good hat.
Yeah,
it's a good hat. Brings me back to the glory days. It's good.
Yeah, Rockaway.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're watching, listen to us on our podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere else that you can pretty much grab us. And then just as a heads up before we get into the beer, just know that links to the breweries that we're about to discuss, links to the board game company, and a how to play video are all going to be in the description here. So we're about to dive into that right now. We have to introduce our beach themed beer, Alex. So I'm excited to see this. We don't know what each other has.
We never know. Yeah.
But I'm kind of excited to see if maybe if we both chose the same beer. I don't know, but we'll see. What we'll let you go first. What do you have on hand, Alex?
Ladies and gentlemen, I could think of no other beer of choice to get me in the mood of beach time.
Mm-hmm.
We have Kona Brewing Company.
Oh, no way.
Cwali India Pale Ale. Rich,
India Pale Ale.
what do you got?
I also went Kona, but I went classic. I went classic Kona longboard, but we both did Kona. Absolutely.
Are we at the same beach? Let's go hang out.
Yeah,
Very nice choice.
I'm just down the way here.
This is good.
Yeah. So I went with the longboard Island Lager. The reason that I had to do this, though, sorry, I'm stealing your beer time. But
that's fine. Take my beer time. Take it.
I'm just going with it.
Yeah,
but the reason I had to go longboard was because my wife is a huge fan of Hawaii 5-0, and this is the beer of choice for Steve McGarrett and the Hawaii 5-0 team. So I had no other choice other than the longboard. Plus, it's a lager, and I think if I'm on the beach, that's probably when I'm going to dive into a lager. So that was my choice for this. That's sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh no. I saw it. It spoke to me, and this is what I was feeling. I gotta say, the Kona bottles. I've always loved the shape of them, and they also have. I don't know if you can see it.
You got a Snapple shape.
It's the map of Hawaii is on the bottle. Which I think
right.
I think is really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they're based in Hawaii. They're in Kona, Hawaii, hence the Kona name. They also brew their stuff in Portland, Oregon, and Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Oh, do they really? I didn't know that.
So yeah, I guess they have 3 main sites throughout the United States. So pretty cool.
Does your bottle tell you that? My bottle doesn't tell me
that. Yeah, it tells me on the side. Brewed by. It's right near the serving facts. In case you're
whoever reads that
curious. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna open mine.
While Alex is opening his, I'm gonna read. So this is the longboard. It's a spirited, crisp, and refreshing brew. Longboard Island Lager is a smooth ride all the way in. Thirsts up.
Kauai Bay on the Big Island is as picturesque, picture perfect as it gets. Bright turquoise waves carry you in towards the white sand beach. So grab your beach mat and our Kauai Bay IPA with its piney hoppiness and subtle caramel malt. It's a smooth, crisp finish to your day.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay,
my wife is into Hawaii 5-0 too.
I know. That's one of the first things that our wives connected on was their love of Hawaii 5-0.
Which yeah, that's right. I remember they would have like Hawaii 5-0 nights or something, right?
Yeah.
And you and I would kind of, I don't know. I think that's when you and I would go out to like a pub or a bar and get beer. Yeah.
Or just go watch Lord of the Rings or something, whatever we did.
Never a bad decision.
Anything other than watching Hawaii. It's actually not that bad.
It's actually kind of entertaining. I will say though, the ironic thing about Hawaii 5-0, we can end this on this, but I love when when shows have like crime in like every episode, and it makes you think that just like that Hawaii is swimming in like criminals, gangsters, Yakuza agents, corrupt cops, and you're like, man, who would want to live here? This is a terrible place.
Nowhere is safe. That formula fits like New York City because you kind of like I don't know, it kind of fits the city a little bit. But
Right.
but yeah, when you think of Hawaii, you're like, I don't think I want to go.
See, I want some like little town, just random, like somewhere in Idaho or something like that, where you just never would guess that. But I guess that's kind of where Stranger Things comes from, because it's basically sci-fi crime. But we can get
Right.
into that later.
Right.
But,
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Hawkins doesn't exist, by the way.
What?
All right. We got a cool game lined
Yeah.
up here for you.
Looking forward to this
And
one.
here it is: Sun, Sea, and Sand by Cwali Games. So a few things to know about this game. It is a strategy game designed by, and again, I apologize for my mispronunciation here, but designed by Corne van Moorsel. Artist is Christoph Tisch, published by Cwali Games in 2010. Sun, Sea, and Sand is a 2 to 5 player game. Takes about 60 minutes for ages 10 and up. It is a strategy game, and it does include, as you can see in the picture there, a beach. So that's what qualifies it to be part of this conversation today.
That's good.
But basically, you're just like building a resort on a beach. So we'll get into this here. So basically, what you're doing, you build an island resort with attractions that encourage visitors to extend their stay. All right. There's a few different mechanics involved here. You have it's a worker placement game. You also have some tile placement and some engine building that goes into this game. And for those of you who may be new to board games, this is really pixelated. I apologize. But for those of you who may be, Alex got the sunglasses on. Oh man. But for those of you who may be new to board games, we do talk about board games, believe it or not, as well as other things. But different board games have different mechanics that there's common mechanics that go with different games, and the more you play games, the more you can recognize these. This is a very, very strongly a worker placement game, and if you know anything about worker placement games, they all, to me at least, and this is my humble opinion, all right, and I know there's a lot of gamers out there who might disagree, so I'm just going to say this is my opinion. You're welcome to have your own. Every worker placement game kind of feels the same to me.
Oh, what?
It does. I don't know. It just feels like you're just kind of doing the same thing. But I like them. I will say that every time I play a worker placement game, I do like it. As long as it basically means that theme is very important in a worker placement game, and I like the theme of this a lot, and I think it works very well. So I'll just say that if you don't know what I'm talking about, you never played a worker placement game, just ignore all of that. But if you are familiar with it, I will say, this is a good worker placement game. It's one that I would recommend. There you go. All right. Alex, have you ever played a worker placement game? I mean, I know we had our Christmas episode.
Yeah, Santa's Workshop, right?
Yep. Our Christmas episode with Santa's Workshop was a worker placement game. So this is the player board. All right. So every player gets a player board. Mm-hmm. This is not how it looks at the start of the game. At the start of the game, just imagine it completely blank. So no meeples on it. There wouldn't be any. These are all signs that you can have. So those aren't up there. You basically just have these the calendar dates 2, 3, and 4 over here. Blank water, blank beach, blank little brick patio area, and blank grass. That's how it starts. All right. So this player board represents the new resort, your new resort on a tourist island. And this is where you're going to build your resort. So at first, you only have a plot of land. And then from there, you can build chalets. Chalets? How do you... Okay.
Chalets?
Chalets? Is that how you pronounce it?
How do you spell it?
Chalets.
Yeah, chalet. I think.
Chalet?
I think it's
Is it just like
French.
A fancy word for like a hut?
Like a ski chalet. It's French.
It's French. Okay.
I think.
The chalet. All right. Well, anyway, I like, in my head, I've been reading this as shallots.
I mean, scallop and shallot. I get the
right. Yeah. Well, it's a beach episode.
I get it. Yeah.
So scallops. All right. So you build your scallops. And your chalets are lodging your guests. So that's these things up here to the top left. These are your chalets. All right. And so at the beginning of the game you don't have them, but then the point of the game is to build them. And you also want to build attractions, which are these little tiles here that you see on the beach area. And those attractions persuade your guests to stay longer. Signs at the top also allow tourists to find your resort as well. And these are all kind of worth points at the end of the game. But this is kind of what you're striving for and what your player board will look like.
Cool.
All right. So beyond the player board, there is a central board that looks kind of like this. All right. So each player has five family members. These are your workers. So in any worker placement game, you have workers or different meeples or something that signify the workers that you're sending out onto the board to do your bidding. So in this game, it's a family-run business. So you have 5 family members that can do all of the work that needs to be done to run your resort. So each activity costs time, and for that family member to accomplish it. So you can kind of see the time up here. So this is a 3, a 2, and a 1. So there's a specific task assigned to this and to this and to this. I believe left to right, this is build. You can build an attraction. You can build a chalet, or you can build a sign. The attraction's obviously giving you the most points, so it takes longer for your family members, your workers, to accomplish that. So as the rounds progress, these shift to the right. So it takes 3 days for this worker to build an attraction. And it goes 1, 2, and then they're back into your pool, and then you can reassign them again to do something else. But it only takes 1 day for your workers to get a sign built, basically.
All right. Efficient. Very efficient.
Yep. Family members can also, or your workers can also pick up tourists from the dock. So you can see here that we have some workers placed, and all these tourists are claimed. When you place it, you basically get the workers that you're collecting, right? So if you placed it here, you get a green and a blue tourist, and then those tourists would go into your chalets, right? You can also actually pick them in advance, so you can take reservations. So this would be about 4. So this is the current turn, right? You can go like 3 turns. So this is 2 turns in advance, right? Let's say I really want red tourists, right? I could pick this one right here. It gives me 2 red tourists. And since they're 1-2 days in advance, then I would go to my board and I would put them right here, which is like 2 days in advance, right? And then they would move up eventually into the chalets. So you kind of have to plan ahead a little bit. So in this instance, family members can pick up tourists from the boats, build attractions, build chalets, and build signs. The track around the workers represent how much money that player has. So you can have anywhere from 20 money down to 0. These little markers here, you can kind of see the square pegs are currently representing how much money that player has. So obviously, having tourists be in your chalets like they are here is going to give you income, and then obviously having them in your attractions is going to give you income too. So that money ticker is always going to be preferably up here in the sunny area, but sometimes it can rain, right? So hopefully it doesn't, though. Do you have any questions so far, Alex? Are you learning how to play this okay?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going. No, go ahead. What was your question?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'd flashbacks.
I'm going super quick.
No, I had flashbacks to like world history, and let's cover 500 years in 90 minutes. Any questions? Nope. Okay, moving on. A Byzantine Empire. All right, great. No, keep going. It's fine.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, this is again. I mean, if you're a common watcher of Bruin boards, this is the episode where we skim through this information very quickly, because I'm not going to teach you how to play it game play by play, but I do want you to get a good feel for how it does play.
These people are huge,
yeah.
To scale. Like the blue guy, man, he's like a monster. I
know.
I mean, that guy.
I know. Look at and I don't know. Like, is he straddling something? I don't know.
Well, no. I met the guy in the water who it looks like he's about to like take out the boat.
Oh,
The tile on. No. Keep going to the right. Keep going to the right.
Oh, this
there,
guy.
That guy.
That guy.
That guy's just ready to hunt somebody down. I mean, he's
that is kind of ominous looking. Anyway, all right. So here's what your things do. So the chalets, these are housing. So top left up here, right? So you can buy these with your money, right?
Mhm.
These are housing for your guests. The more you buy, the more guests you can have stay at your resort. You can book guests up to 4 rounds in advance. This is the rounds here. All right. And in essence, you're taking reservations. The guests will move up into the chalets whenever their turn comes around.
Okay.
And guests in your chalets obviously give you income. All right. So this is kind of the movement of your, and the shell actually does come with the game. There's a random shell that's just included with every game, and it's supposedly the first player marker, or whoever went first that round. It's the round marker. So kind of cool. All right. So from the chalets, when you visit, your guests will go from the chalets to the attractions in correlation with their color. So red go to red, yellow go to yellow, and so on. So you can see here we got this red section here. Only the red people go here, right? Yellow go to the beach. Blue people will end up going to the water. So these are just like different activities that these guests love to do, right? People who want to stay, these are usually like bars or restaurants up here, right? We got like, you can have some attractions like a tennis court and stuff like that in the grass. Then you got the beach goers. Then you got people who love the water. So you can have the different water activities down here. All right. So having your guests stay at your attraction an extra round gives you extra income. If you have multiple attractions for the same color, then those guests would stay multiple weeks. So you get 1 level of income here. If that color has an attraction, then they go to that attraction. They stay at your resort for another round, basically at that attraction, and give you more income. These attractions also give you victory points at the end of the game. So you can kind of see here, this jet ski or whatever this is gives you 5 victory points at the end of the game. And then during the game, it helps you get more money. All right.
Nice.
All right. So for additional income, you can build signs at the top of your player board. We don't have any up here yet, but there were some in the other photo. The purpose of having signs helps you attract backpackers who roam the beaches looking for places to crash. The more signs you have, the more likely you'll be able to land a backpacker for additional income. All right. And there's a different kind of strategy to that. There's like a certain algorithm for how the backpacker moves around the board. Just suffice it to say, the more signs you have, the more likely you are to actually land the backpacker and get some extra income.
All right, there we go.
There you go. Not that, I will assume that it's a clean, healthy backpacker. It's not necessarily somebody.
Yeah,
when you when you give me the term just like general backpacker coming in off the street, my initial thought isn't I want that guy in my chalet.
Yeah, but man, it's the beach. Everyone's pretty chill at the beach. It's just kind of
That's a little too chill at the beach. Some random guy just walking around, jumping from beach to beach.
Dude, just saying, it's a lot better than aliens cutting down, crop circles for your signs. And then
where is this coming from?
Signs, never mind. All right, backpackers.
Why are you? But what? How did we get to aliens with beach bums?
Because signs, the movie Signs.
Oh, because the signs are what's bringing them in.
Bringing the aliens. Yes.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
I didn't catch on to that.
Joke washed over you. That's all right.
I didn't catch that wave.
I have a notion that you'll be, inundated with a lot of puns today. So.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Yeah.
So notion. Final scoring for the game. So you get 1 point for each meeple at your attraction at the end of the game. So that's either meeples or guests that are still living in the chalets or on the actual attractions themselves. You get 1 point for every sign that you've built. You get victory points from the attractions. So those are those vary depending on the attraction that you've built. Some give you more points than others. Some just give you additional income, but no victory points. It's just up to you on what you want to build. So like I said, with this one, this gives you 5 victory points. This gives you 4 victory points. I think this is a bar. This doesn't give you any victory points, but it keeps all these people here another like 2 rounds or something. It gives you a lot of additional income. So. And then you get 1 point for empty spaces between resorts on your player board. So you don't want to have a crowded resort. All right. So there's a reason that these tiles are placed like this. All right. So, so the reason that you place them like this so that you can get extra points. So this, so right now you get a point for having a blank space here, and then you get a point for having all of this as blank space. All right. So this is 2 points at the end of the game if it stays like this. But if they build another blue thing over here with a tile, right, then you get 1, 2, 3 points. So the more empty space you have, believe it or not, gives you more points, which is kind of an interesting concept.
Well,
so it's like,
if you think about tourism itself, it's a logical, I mean, it makes sense logically. Like you don't want it too crowded.
Right. But then you could also take the strategy of just piling everything in there and not taking the extra points at the end of the game, but hoping that you get more points just by having more attractions. Anyway,
interesting.
There's a few ways to go about it, but that does give you points at the end of the game. And then obviously the player with the most points at the end of the game. Alex, do you know what happens if you have the most points at the end of the game?
You win.
Have you played this before? That's exactly what happens.
What?
That's nuts.
I really want it to be like golf, where it's like whoever has the least points wins. Golf is the only game that it feels like it goes against the grain in that respect, which I really like. You know, lowest point wins. That's my kind of game.
Yeah,
interesting.
No.
Well,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Cwali's from. Oh wait, go back.
Okay, I'm going back.
I got super excited there. Oh, they're from Maastricht. I have friends in Maastricht, in the Netherlands.
Where?
Bottom left corner. Bottom left corner. There you go.
This?
Yeah. It's the game makers. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, in the Netherlands. Yeah, there you go.
Shout out to you, Taco and Anna Marie, my friends who live in Maastricht. Looks like you get a game maker right over there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, go see Cwali and tell them that we sent you and that we enjoy this game a lot.
Yeah.
I also I'm interested to see what these letters say, but it's too pixelated. I can't read them. Some of them are in other languages too.
I think I can do it actually. In the English, it says, It's great here. Lovely bungalow with a tennis court around the corner. It's all inclusive except for the bar where Mike is now. That boozer.
That's boozer.
Debbie is happy with the waterside, and Thomas likes riding the jet skis. And you know what? We're getting to stay another week. Greetings from all of us, Debbie, Thomas, and Anne.
To Paul.
And the UK.
Nice.
Is where it's from.
See?
London. Yeah.
Look at that. You get to build a resort and then you. So part of the game is that you do put your home address and you mail it back to Cwali Games, and Cwali Games will actually send you postcards from your guests.
Really? Oh, you had me going there for a second. Come on, man. I was going to say, Maastricht is not remotely near a beach, so that would be also somewhat ironic.
Yeah. And as usual, I always like to show a picture of the game in the wild as it is. So here it is being played. I don't mean to pick on this guy. I mean, apparently they have somewhere to go. I don't know. They want the game to hurry along.
It looks like no. I'm gonna.
You're defending.
I'm defending him because it looks like he's. It looks like the person is lifting up the elbow to check the gameplay down below. I don't think I'm looking at the watch.
Okay, I don't see a watch there, but I mean, maybe it's just the picture was taken at the wrong time. I'd like to know what's going on the back of this guy's shirt though, because it looks confusing. And this guy is really intense.
Yeah, he's into it.
He must be from Cwali Games because he's got the board
looks like the
game.
shirt.
Yeah. He's got the game on there. He's not really, although he does have a board down here. You can kind of see the corner of his player board. So he's either refereeing and playing at the same time, which I've done, and I've done it a lot. It's so stressful, which is probably why he is standing. He's probably also teaching everybody how to play at the exact same time.
That would be a really tough thing if like the umpire was playing baseball along with the players. I don't think that would. Yeah. I don't think that'd work.
It's now your time. It's now your turn to bat. Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Here we go.
All right. He has to call his own strikes.
Swing ball. What? Yeah, I checked my own swing. Thank you very much.
Gets angry at himself. Throws himself out of the game.
That'd be an interesting argument.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
All right. Well, there you go. That's
cool.
My sunscreen. I think it's time to reapply. Do you need to reapply?
Apparently I do.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. I just don't want to get too into it, and then all of a sudden we realize we made a mistake.
Well, and then
still got to go into work.
You gotta look out for the lamp tan.
Yeah. Right. There we go.
Sunscreen is such an interesting thing. I was telling you earlier about this, where I don't know about for those of you who listen to this show, but the second that I put sunscreen on or just even catch a whiff of it, I'm in two places instantly. Either the beach I grew up going and still go to, or I'm at the local pool where I grew up in my hometown in Virginia, and it's weird how a smell associates you with a place sometimes. So,
yeah, that is interesting. I smell sunscreen and I just smell sunscreen. I don't necessarily think of anything in particular, but there is that. I think probably if anything, I think of sand. I think I instantly just start like feeling like I need to brush something off of me or something.
Like Anakin? You hate sand?
I guess we do have that in common.
It's rough and it's coarse and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, I did identify with that aspect of his character. That's probably the only thing me and Darth Vader have in common.
Well, not exactly, Academy Award winning dialogue, but Anakin isn't wrong. Like when he expresses that feeling that he has, a lot of people feel that as well. I particularly don't care, but Anakin spoke some truth right there. It was in an odd moment, but yeah.
No, I definitely agree with Anakin. But like I said, I'm gonna hone in my my negativity with beach going.
Very good.
I mean, I still have things that I swear have sand in them. Anything like a pair of shoes that specifically I would wear to the beach just to go to the beach, because I like the second that they're at the beach, I feel like they're just ruined because they have sand in them eternally. Like can't ever get the sand out of them.
It's like 4 years later. I sense the beach has come.
Yeah. Yep. So that was Sun, Sea, and Sand, guys. Go out, give it a try. It's a worker placement game. It's a fun game. And believe me, that was a very basic rendition of Sun, Sand, Sun, Sea, Sun, Sand, Sea. Sea, Sun, Sand?
Sun, Sea, and Sand.
Sun, Sea. It sounds like some
sand and sea. Sorry. Sun, sea, and sand. Sun, sea, and sand.
Yes. Sun, Sea, and Sand by Cwali Games.
Yes.
There we go. What are we going to be talking about? We got a whole month of nothing to talk about except beaches. Just getting prepared for. I mean, we got 4th of July coming up. We got summer coming around the corner. What are we going to be talking about, Alex? As far as the rest of the month here,
we got all kinds of stuff that we're going to be talking about within these topics, y'all. And I, for one, am excited because the beach, on a personal level, is a thing that I grew up going to, and I think there's a lot to talk about because it defines a lot of people's lives. If I remember hearing a statistic that close to half of the United States population lives within, I think, like a 3 to 4 hour drive of a coastline. So like there's a lot of people that live, in proximity to beaches. I'm sure many of you who are listening you're familiar with things like the Outer Banks in North Carolina, or Jersey Shore in New Jersey, or the California beaches, etc. So for those of you, especially in the summer, it's coming right up. So what we want to do is talk about a couple different things. We have out to the beach, so different things that what it means, when we go to the beach, some things that we, some memories, coolest things we found, stuff like that. Episode 3 in the topic will be called Beach Life. So we're going to, things that live on the beach. Obviously when you go to the beach, it's not just this isolated, like, oh, we're the only things out here. There's all kinds of animals that live in and around or off of or on top of or underneath the beach. It is crawling with life, people, and we want to talk about it. So that will be the third episode. And then finally, the last episode is going to be beaches around the world. For those of you who are listening, I'm sure that you have all had different experiences where you've probably seen more than one beach in your lifetime. And for instance, what Rich and I are going to first talk about is the differences between Michigan beaches, because yes, Michigan is surrounded by water on all sides, and then North Carolina beaches, where I live now, and then New York beaches, where Rich and I first met, and we actually had some experiences going to beaches in New York. New York City has a lot of beaches, believe it or not. So we're going to talk about that. And then just some different things about the beaches themselves, like for instance, what are dunes? Where do they come from?
Right.
Nobody knows.
What are they used for?
What are they used for?
We need them?
Do we eat them? Do we use it for making cakes? I mean, who knows? So we're gonna we're gonna talk about that.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, just putting that out there, guys. Don't use dunes to eat cakes. That was just me kind of riffing.
I'm a dune baker.
Hey, I'm a dune baker. Stay away from that guy. Gary has no idea what he's doing, but or should I say,
it tastes salty. It's a little grainy. I don't think it's properly baked.
This tastes a little rich, a very, 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 very thick and rich and hard to swallow. Very dry. This is a very dry cake. Hey, but you could always
tastes like a lot of saltine crackers in my mouth.
Well, Rich, you know what though? You could use dunes to make sandwiches. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and then finally we're going to wrap it up with talking about movies about the beach, beach movies, things that have beaches in them and or focusing on them, which, needless to say, there is one summer movie that talks very much about the beach that I am looking forward to, that I look forward to talking about when we get to there. So, well, beyond that, Jaws 10, it's coming back.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Boy, I wish. Yeah. Well, we're Fast and Furious 9, and no one is spared at this point. So
we're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Well, that would be nice, actually.
Yeah, be all right.
Great. Yeah. So that's everybody. What we're gonna be talking with. We're gonna be talking with each other. We're gonna be talking about knowing my prepositions, apparently, and we're also gonna be talking about those topics. So that's where we are.
I'm looking forward to it, Alex. It's going to be a fun month. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you're going to tune in to all those episodes. I think I'm looking forward to just learning about how other people, well, Alex specifically, but if anybody wants to comment or anything like that as well, just I stay away from the conversation of beaches, just because of my and I know I'm being negative again, but I'm just saying, like, I don't usually talk about this openly. I'm interested to see other people's perspectives on it, and to hear your perspective specifically, Alex. And who knows? I mean, this has happened a lot where I've come into a conversation with an attitude of some sort and an expectation that, like, and then I take something from it that I didn't think that I was gonna have. So it's a beautiful thing about this show that I'm constantly relearning things. So I'm looking forward to it, definitely. And if that does happen, Alex, Andy will be your biggest fan. If somehow I am transformed into a beach goer or a lover at the end of all this, she will be eternally grateful. So no pressure.
Fantastic. Oh, I'll take that pressure with like the king of Rohan. Just full charge, all the horses. Here we go. Get ready. I
thought if there was going to be one episode where we didn't have a Lord of the Rings reference, I thought this was going to be it. But apparently we've already shattered that.
Already done.
Check.
Spears shall be shattered. Sword shall be broken. A red day. A sword day. Thus the sun rises. Or something like that.
I didn't think we would fit any Lord of the Rings references in on each month, but we found it.
Just saying. If you look at Middle Earth maps, there are beaches.
There are beaches, yeah.
We just never.
They
see
never
them.
seem to. Yeah, we never see them except for when at the end of the whole series. Anyway, that's the show, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. We would love for you to describe. We would love for you to subscribe. We got some, we're building, we're growing. We want to share things with more people. Please share this with your family and friends, and roommates and coworkers and fellow disc jockeys and
enemies.
And the people at your grocery store that check you out. And you can also share it, with that person that takes out your trash, and just wear a t-shirt that says Table Talk with Rich and Alex. I know we don't have those and we're not selling them, but you can make your own. Nothing's stopping you. Right. If you want, I would be honored if you wanted to get a tattoo across your forehead that said Table Talk with Rich and Alex.
Wow. This is getting really committed.
That's not the expectation, but if you don't do it, then you're really not that big of a fan, obviously. So,
wow. I thought all we wanted them to do was like and subscribe, Rich. That's all we want.
I'm just saying, if they want to go the extra distance,
that
to me would stand out. But no, you don't have to do any of that. Just like, subscribe, and comment, and then tell your friends. And we'd love to share our views and our opinions with a lot more people. But yeah, we enjoy this. We have fun doing this, and obviously we're going to keep doing it. So looking forward to next week, Alex, when we're going to talk about our beach going experiences. But until then, guys,
be happy,
brew hoppy, and game on.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
I think they say the sun is 99% of all mass in the solar system. So there's that to think about.
Solar system meaning
solar system,
the Milky Way.
Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or Earth, Mars, Jupiter,
you forgot.
Saturn. Hey, come on. Hey, Earth is not in Gustav Holst the Planet, so just saying. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, which doesn't count anymore as a planet apparently, and
Planet X,
and X, and the Kuiper Belt, whatever that is.
Yeah.
But apparently the sun is 99% of all that mass, and yeah, it's real big.
Didn't know that. I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah, it's real big, man. So it's what you learn at the beach episode.
See, this is why I stay away from the beach. Anything that big cannot be directly applied to me for too long. It's just scary to me. I'm toning it down, believe it or not.
Just saying, this stuff can protect you from that giant object. Isn't that great?